And hello, this is John Lundquist from Paladin Academy. This is lesson 2-6, Algebra 2, solving rational equations. And I am going to eliminate these numbers. We don't need them. And this looks hard. I mean, it looks like, well, how am I going to do this? Well, the trick is to find a common denominator. So let's take a simple equation like x plus 2 equals 4. If I put the same number under all these guys, I have a common denominator here. And what if I just multiply both sides by 2 over 1? And I distributed this. I get 2x over 2 plus 2 times 2 over 2 equals 4 times 2 over 2. That cancels, cancels, cancels. And I end up with x plus 2 equals 4, which is what I just had. So if I have the same number on the bottom, the trick is I can kill it off. It just wipes out. And that's the trick. That is the whole lesson. I mean, that's the whole lesson in a nutshell. That's it. So the trick is to find a common denominator. So I got to find a number. So if you notice, I got 3m squared, and m squared. Well, what if I multiply this by 3 and that by 3? If I multiply the top and the bottom by 3, I do not change this fraction. This is 1. I'm not doing anything. 1 times something is the same thing. So I get 15 over 3m squared equals m minus 4 over 3m squared plus 3 over 3m squared. Now I am going to change colors just for the heck of it and wipe this out. Wipe this thing out. Okay, because I just multiplied by 3m squared, both sides. That's the key. Wipe out, wipe out, wipe out, wipe out. So I get 15 equals m minus 4 plus 3. Well, this is really easy. Now, 15 equals m minus 1. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Add 1 to both sides. And I get m equals 16. Nothing to it. Okay, do these other ones. I think you'll get that. You'll see that I took these right off the worksheet. Okay. Well, let's go to this bottom one here. Let's bring this guy up a little bit. Okay. So what's the difference? Well, this needs an n squared and that needs a 2. Okay, so this is going to be a little tougher. So I'm going to have to multiply this by, now you can't just square this. I've seen kids do this. Put a square here and a square there. You can't do that. It would be nice, but you can't. You just have to square this whole quantity here. So we can't do that. So what I can do though is I'm going to take 2n squared plus, I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by n. 5n over 2 n times n, which n times n is n squared. So I'm just going to put a square there. Equals, well, I need a 2 here. So n times 2, this is going to be a quantity, so I have to multiply this by 2 over 2n squared. Okay, I've now just wiped out, I can wipe out the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe it out. I'm just going to go here and boom, I'm going to kill that off. It's a plus. And then I'm going to kill this off. This underline here. So now I got this, right? This is an equal sign. Oops. This is an equal sign. Okay. Maybe that, okay, I don't know if I like that. maybe I'm going to bring all that back. Okay, so this is n squared here. This is, I multiplied this 2 by n, and then I'm going to distribute here. So I'm going to get 11. I'm going to wipe this out. 11 plus 5n equals 2n, 2, and then minus 4. 2 times 2, subtract 4. Subtract 2n from both sides, and add minus 11 from both sides. So I get 3n equals minus 15. Minus 11 minus 4 minus 15. Divide by 3. N equals minus 5. Okay, that's that one. Now, this one, here's okay, this is another little trick. This minus, this is really a quantity. This guy's a quantity. So this minus sign is a problem because he's going to have to be distributed to both these terms. And most kids miss that. So you get, I want this to be 4, right? I need to have 4n squared on everything. So I have 4n squared equals, I'm going to multiply this by 4 and the bottom by 4. So we get 4 over 4n squared plus, I'm going to make this a plus and put the minus sign there. Minus the quantity n minus 3 over 4n squared. And I'm going to move this guy out of the way temporarily. And then I can wipe this out. Wipe the bottom out. So 3n plus 15 equals 4. Now I have to distribute. I can say this. You can think of this minus as a minus 1 being distributed. Minus 1 being distributed. Minus 1 times n minus 1n. Minus times a minus plus 3. Very important. Okay, I'm going to add n to both sides. I'm going to minus 15 from both sides. So that's going to go away. This is going to be 3n plus 1 is 4n. This goes away. 4 plus 3 is 7 minus 15. 7 minus 15. That is a minus 8. 4n equals minus 8 divided by 4. I get n equals minus 2. And that's it. Okay, last one. Knock that off, knock that off, knock that off, knock that off, knock that off. Bring this guy back up here. This is a lot of garbage in the way. Okay, so now what do I have here? Well, this looks a little more complicated, but it's not that bad. So what you really want is x squared minus 3x on the bottom. Well, this is the one that's got to be changed, right? Well, what if I multiplied x on the bottom and the top? I get 1 over x squared minus 3x plus, I'm going to multiply this by x on the top and multiply the bottom by x. But that has to be the quantity. This right here. 3 over x squared minus 3x. Okay, so then I distribute this x. I get 1 over x squared minus 3x plus x over x times x is x squared. X times 3x is minus 3x equals 3 over x squared minus 3x. I have now the same thing on the bottom. And now it's really easy. 1 plus x equals 3. See? See how now that just goes away. It just goes away. And this is easy. Minus 1, x equals 2. And that's it. Now, every kid, every student I've had has a really hard time. It's really, really, really tough. And I know you're going to have a hard time. I know you're going to have to ask questions. And that's what I want you to do. So come to me and we'll work it out together. This is not, I mean, it takes a little while to figure out, well, what do I do to get a common denominator? That's the big hurdle. What do I do? Because it's fractions, and everybody hates fractions. Everybody hates to add 1/2 plus 1/3. You know, what if I had 1/2 plus 1/3 equals x over 3? Okay. Well, if I made a common denominator of 6, multiply this by 3, this by 3, I get 3 over 6 plus, multiply this by 2, this by 2, I get 2 over 6, multiply this by, whoops, 2, and this by 2, I get 2x over 6. Wow, I get that. I get 5 equals 2x. Well, this is going to be a fraction, but you get x over 5/2. See, and it's just a matter of doing a few problems, getting used to it. Okay, that's it. Good luck. Come and see me if you need help.